Uppy, uppy, uppy. It's One Funny Morning. I'm Dana Blizzard, and it's too early in the morning. This is the dumbest show in the whole world.
From Monday
to Friday.
Sometimes on Saturdays.
Why would you say that in front of all these people?
Dean stinks.
You never know what's gonna happen.
That's your Dateline voice?
I don't know.
It wasn't good.
It wasn't.
It's not a chicken leg. This is a chicken leg.
Look at that manhole cover on my face.
Not a bad rendition of me. Hold on.
We know your brother. We'll give you a ride to school or whatever.
That's called
our small
murder
town.
in New Jersey.
He was a lot
Like what is?
with his everything.
Oh,
What's outside your Puerta de Clima?
that's Stellan! Yeah! Good morning. We out of videos. I don't know what's happening this week, but send in some videos if you haven't done so already, or send a picture and some fun facts about you. I don't know where we go from here, but I know there's a lot of you that have never done video. So maybe figure out a way for you to communicate with us. I don't know what that means, but it's a sharing circle, and I'm the only one in the circle. I share all the time, and so it's your turn. Good morning. All right, let's see where TikTok is. I don't know. Listen, a number of members of the OneFunnyMother team are down, and so we're all playing catch up. So if there are things that we have said that were clearly lies, I blame the team, and as the head of the team, I'll take it. We're in the middle of a restructuring. I don't even know. So yeah. I mean, just send Stephanie an email with a picture and something you'd like to say. That's where we are, and then we'll see what we're gonna do with it. BNC is okay. She is going to. She was transferred to a different hospital, and the procedure is not today. It is next week. So we're just in a holding pattern and chilling out. Where are we at, LaFive? It's Friday. I've prepared nothing. I think that's fair for a Friday. And at some point I'm going to go to the gym today. And that's it. That's all I have for this myself and for all of us. No bagel. I didn't do the bagel today. I'm so discombobulated. I do have an update on the wallpaper wall right there. There's a situation. There's a situation. I said to Diana, this is it. Like, we're going to put the wallpaper up on Saturday. So do some stretching. Get ready. Just putting the wallpaper up. I unroll the wallpaper, and it's all the wrong size. So that's that. Yeah. Prayers for BNC. If you want to send a card, a little pick me up, that would be lovely. She would love to hear from you. She does enjoy when I visit her at the hospital and read her dirty books. Do you have any special tools for the wallpaper? No, Tracy. In fact, I did open the box, and it comes with like a smoother. But yeah, we're going to have a wallpaper party, Jackie, when I get the wallpaper. So they were very kind and issued, because it's all like custom. So they issued somewhat of a refund, but not the full. What does that mean? Well, Barbara, let me tell you. You have to figure out your measurements, right? Because it's just this wall. So this wall is 12 by 8. So I did it. And then it told me how many rolls to buy. It's just that I didn't change something. And instead of getting an 8-foot by 18, I got a 2-foot by 18. And so what it was like looking like I had to put 2 foot here, 2 foot here, 2 foot here, 2 foot here. I was like, this is stupid. Something's wrong. I missed yesterday. Yet as soon as I turned in now, I hear Dirty Book is still trending. It is. It is. Yeah. Considering it took 4 days to take down the wallpaper, no one we moved. I think wallpaper's from the devil. Well, Katie, this is peel and stick. This is supposed to be like super easy to get down. So, do you know anybody that has a tiny house? Me personally, well, I say I have a tiny house, but it's not that tiny. Like a tiny house? No, I wish I did, because I would visit them. I'd ask them to leave and then I'd visit them. Not personally, no, Bob. It has a beautiful pattern, Carol. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to repurpose what I bought for another project. So I'll let you know how that goes. Oh, Carrie, do you guys know how much pee you make in a day? Let's talk about it, because I do. Why? Because I collected it in a bucket. Yeah, I could. Bob, I was thinking, does anybody I know have an extremely tiny bathroom? Paper for it. You're not wrong. Oh, trust me. I'm trying to think of ways that I can. I'm heading to Judy's. I know the perfect bathroom for it. Yeah, no, I'm gonna, it's beautiful wallpaper. It's fantastic. Quality, size, but that was my fault. I don't want to blame that on anybody, but my poor math skills from 5th grade. And that is the truth. I collected my pee in a bucket on Sunday. Yeah. I have no idea how much pee I make in a day. Well, Janice, let me explain it. So first, last night, Jeremy, you're gonna crack up. Last night, Missy and I decided to do some writing. Now, my writing class is over, right? My memoir class, which was 8 months long. So last night I was free. Missy was free. So we were like, let's do a 45 to 15, right? That's where we write for 45 minutes. We talk for 15. Sometimes it's more like talk for 45, write for 15, but it's something like that. It's called 45-15. And I highly suggest a 45-15 for any project that you have that you don't want to do. You have to find a partner for 45-15. I imagine it could be used for a number of things now that I'm saying it. A lot of different uses for 45-15. You got to be on the right side of the numbers. But find a buddy, a writing buddy or a wallpaper buddy, or just pick, I got to clean out this closet. And then you and your friend FaceTime for 45 minutes. Nobody's allowed to talk and just work. And then you set your alarm. When it goes off, then you can take a break and you sit down and you chit chat and then you start again. Right. Okay. Anyway, we're on the Zoom. We do our 45. And now we're allowed to talk for 15, so we're on the Zoom together, right? All of a sudden, she says, we're talking, and I said something to her, and I was like, yep, that sounds, I do this. And that's what pops up. It's little, you don't see it TikTok, but when you do this over here, a little thing. And she goes, so I just keep talking. I'm like, good job. And all of a sudden she goes, what did you just do? And I said, oh, this, when you do this, it'll just pop up on your screen. And she was like, since when? I was like, since forever. If you do this, then, balloons will pop up. And she was like, how are you doing this? And I was like, yeah, you can do it. There's like a whole bunch of things you can do. And her face was hilarious. So now we're next to each other on the screen. And here's Missy. Nothing's happening. Every time I do it, it happens. Missy stared at the screen for a solid 8 minutes, just doing all kinds of stuff. Nothing happened. Absolutely nothing. But the intensity on her face, she was like, like that. I'm telling you, it made my night. And I might have been hysterically laughing while she very aggressively did a peace sign. Then she started throwing gang symbols and the middle finger, which, just so you know, does not make balloons happen. So, Oh, Mary, I was on my computer I think she was on her computer, not necessarily. She has an. No, I don't think she has an Android. We were on Zoom. Does that make it? I don't know. Only works on Apple. She don't got the touch. You should have seen her face. It was hilarious. It was hilarious. What was I talking about before that? That's Booby. I do the one on FaceTime with my granddaughter. Yeah. Only Apple products. Yeah. I don't know who came up with these things, but it was hilarious. Was I telling you something else? I don't know, but it was the best part of our night. So we did that last night. We're both working various places tonight. Oh, P, that's it. Thank you. So we were on the phone for probably 2 hours yesterday. And at some point she said something and I was like, I don't know. I've been peeing a bucket all day and I got it and I have a lot. And she was like, what did you say? I said, I peed in a bucket all day. She was like, we've been on the phone for an hour and a half. You just talked about the cake you made for like 45 minutes and you didn't bring up the fact that you've been peeing in a bucket, like at all. Like you don't lead with that. I go, I don't usually lead with it. Sciatica advice, anybody? Yeah, Brooke, don't get it. Don't get it. It's awful. Has everybody had sciatica? If you've had a baby, you've had sciatica. At least that was my experience. No, Kobe, you're staying outside. I can't with him. Yeah. Joseph, you should never lead with that. So anyway, so I peed in a bucket and it's a lot of pee. I've had it. Yeah. I've had sciatica problems. Yep. After I had my son. Yeah. And I feel like the only time that men get sciatica, again, correct me if I'm wrong, is if they gain a lot of weight, right? Like, I mean, I feel like that's one of the big things with pregnancy is that, you know, puts so much weight and then that nerve gets stuck in your pelvic cradle. There's a word for you. Walking up and down steps, I heard, is supposed to be the best thing for you. Currently struggling with low back pains. Awful. Yeah, awful. And every once in a while, a guy will either gain too much weight or pull something and they'll get sciatica. And they're just like, this is the worst. I'm like, oh, you think this is the worst? Oh, no. Get that. And then have a 10-pound bowling ball sitting on your crotch and then push that out your crotch. And then you're just left with sciatica. That's a side dish to all the other stuff that goes with it. Back on track. How much pee? 2 liters. 2.35 to be specific. To be Pacific. It's a lot. It is a lot. And I had to carry it. And I was thinking, thank God I got rid of it. This is it's a lot. It was like whatever you weigh today, take off 7 pounds, all pee. All pee. You're like, Dina, that's not possible. Pee. So if you're on Weight Watchers, you're trying to slim down, whatever. And somebody's like, oh, are you gaining weight? It's all pee. It's all pee. It's like a soda bottle of pee. I'm telling you. A lot of pee. What do you do with it after you pee? You shake it. In the morning. You pour it into another smaller thing. We're doing pee math. Yeah. Was it like a pail with a handle? No. It's a jug with a lid. It's an orange jug with a lid, and then you gotta. It was crazy because I was saying to Jason, I was like, yeah, I gotta pee into this container that's in the toilet and then you pour it into the jug. Here's Jason. Why do you have this container? I go, what do you mean? He goes, well, why do you have this collection container? Why can't you just pee into the jug? I was like, do I have to explain to you why women don't pee into the jug? He was like, well, I could pee into the jug, like from like across the room. I go, well, congratulations. God did not give us that. You know why? Because we have things to do. God knew not to make peeing fun for women because we don't have time for this kind of skill set. Why? Because A, it's the first time we sit down all day, and B, because we have things to do. Like that. Mm-hmm. Why don't I just be in the toilet? Oh, because it's a test, Joseph. I have to, I have kidney stones today. They want to check it out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, come on now. Why are you peeing in a bucket? Just for fun. Just to mix it up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, pee in a jug from across the room. It's a new game we're going to play in Vegas. Yeah, no. Kooky pants. So that's happening. It is a break to just sit down. It's basically our coffee break. The Lord's like, you've been moving a lot. Let's go sit down. And half the time we don't even want to sit down because we're like, I don't know who else sat here. It's like a lot. Yeah. I thought there would be a reason. No. Also, men have a larger bladder capacity, so they don't have to pee as often. Of course they do. I swear. You know what makes me the most mad about the differences between men and women? So mad. For some reason, God, in his infinite wisdom, when he created the backs of our legs, men and women, he was like, listen, I'm going to give these men a thicker skin. I'm sure the rationale was not so the women don't see their cellulite. But that is the byproduct of it. I'm sure there's they're in the woods and it needs to be rugged and they can't get cut real quick. I'm sure that has everything to do with it. But men, the skin behind their legs and thighs is thicker than women's, which is why you see women's cellulite more than you see men's. Mm-hmm. As if we're not punished enough. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, men have a larger capacity kidneys because they have to wait for women in the bathroom. You're not wrong, Bob. Jesus knew. Mm-hmm. That was the one thing that it just bothered me. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How the heck do you go to back knee skin? No, not knee skin. No, but under your butt where your cellulite is. You very rarely see cellulite on a man. Just the ladies. Oh, good morning, Brooke Blizzard.
I'm here for my show.
We very rarely see you in the morning.
I know. I feel like
What's happening? Do I owe you money?
No, I just have to.
Did you need money?
I usually don't have class till 11, but
I'm going there at break 10. Something of mine? Mm-mm. Did you steal my makeup?
Probably.
Do you need me to pay a bill?
No.
You didn't clean your room. What's happening?
No, I just have extra time today. No, it's only for a few minutes.
I feel uncomfortable.
Do you guys like my hair? I got layers.
Everybody said, Brooke, your hair looks great. Thanks. You got layers like Shrek. Mm-hmm. I don't see layers. You mean this? This is your layer?
No, there are layers in there. It just looks less because it's all curls.
Well,
it used to be better. Now it's kind of grown out. But.
No, it's beautiful. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Yeah. Why are you here? When's the last time your kid sat down to spend time with you?
Oh, really?
When's the last time we spent time together?
We don't have any good food.
Okay. I just made a cake. Okay. There's pasta vazul in there. And I'm making sweet and sour chicken.
How long is her hair? My hair when it's straight is like down here. It's very long.
Her hair is always beautiful. It's her superpower. Brooke, on a scale of 1 to 10, where would you rate like your hair? It's like a 10.
It's not always like.
It's like a 9.
It's usually never looks like this. It'll look like this like.
But it's a solid 9. But you have good hair. Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, where would you rank my hair?
You have good hair. I mean, for the amount of heat you use on it, it's always been somehow really healthy. It's really healthy. You have good hair. And you're able to like go back and forth from curly to straight easily.
So can you?
No.
Yeah.
It takes me weeks to get back to like the normal. Like this is back to the normal, but once I
it would be
straighten
tomorrow.
Like,
no. What shampoo do you use, Brooke? What shampoo do I pay for?
I accidentally used like bleach on my hair a few years ago, so now I have to use like a color safe one. I kind of use any shampoo, but I always use Shea Moisture conditioner.
What did you just say a second ago? What do you mean you put bleach on your hair? Now
I put bleach on my hair like freshman year of college, and it's still like on my ends. So if I use like regular shampoo, then my hair turns like this stringy thing.
Brooke, you know that's not what Color Safe shampoo is for, right?
Well, I know that. But
what do you think Color Safe shampoo is for?
It's to keep the color.
Keep the color.
Keep the color.
Keep the
but
color.
Also, it's to protect the hair that's there because it will turn. Because I did also put color back in it, like brown, to keep it not yellow. Like it's literally just the bottoms. Like I don't even know where it's at.
I don't.
It's
right
it's like
here?
just coming. Yeah, it's very. Ooh.
You're like, give me that back.
Give you that.
Put it back. Huh. All right.
Should I have cream of wheat this morning?
Yes, I saw a box of cream of wheat that you purchased. So Brooke gets a budget, and she has to get her food. She has to make food. I usually only see cheese and tomatoes.
Yeah, I don't have time usually to even make food, so it's hard.
Do you get your hair cut?
Usually I cut it myself, but I just got it cut the last time to get layers because usually I was always scared of like going to people because I was like, but you can't really mess up. Like I feel like curly hair just like
you and Laura have to get together. Laura has the beautiful curly hair like you. She's from Ohio. Curious. Yeah, you do need to do that for your basement dweller. I would just set whatever budget because I was like, listen, you are spending a lot of money by eating out all the time and trying to get her to like.
Well, I had mono in the summer and I wasn't able to work, so that's why. Usually I would. That's why.
But now she got a nice coffee bar. Have you been bringing coffee? I haven't seen your coffee mixer.
No, I've been trying to not drink coffee. I'll drink it once in a while, though. But I do work, so I try to use that as my coffee money. But it's not a lot a week. But not a lot of saving going on.
Have you made any meals yet?
The past 2 weeks for midterms, no. But, oh, well, yeah, I guess I did.
What did you
just
make?
like easy. I made like caprese grilled cheese. But before that, I would make like chicken, rice most of the time. But when it's midterms, like there's like 4 weeks where I just can't. I don't have time to do anything.
Brooke, are you a junior this year?
Yeah. Yes, I'm a junior.
And when do you start your student teaching?
Well, I start in, it's like a observation student type thing, which I did a little bit last year. I do that next semester.
Okay, I'll get you a fork.
Okay. And then next year I start student teaching. I'm a music education major. But it'll be fun. I'm nervous to see what school I get for student teaching, but I'm sure it will be good.
Mm-hmm.
It's just there's so many. I was lucky because I suck at standardized tests, and as do a lot of people. And usually teachers or people who have an education major have to take the praxis core, which is like kind of like the SAT, which I took it and I was like points off. But you have to take it to get into these classes, and it's very difficult, very expensive. It's $90 a test. We have to take 3 of them. But the Governor Murphy just passed a law that we don't need to do those, and we need to do. So now we just have to do our like subject. So I would do like music theory.
Mary said, "What grades do you want to teach?"
I think I like middle school or high school, but I feel like right now I teach a lot of younger kids. But I think I like more like middle school, high school.
That's interesting. Well, you know, Aunt Nikki used to teach 2nd grade for a long time. Then she moved to 5th grade.
Mm-hmm.
And then she moved back to 2nd grade. Like she was bouncing back and forth for like early in when she started. And she was so funny because she said it was just such a different experience, you know, being in the 5th grade and then going back to 2nd grade. And I go, well, what do you mean? She's like, Dina, she's like, in 5th grade, you can be like, everybody take out your yellow folder, take out this book. We're going to get started. She goes, when you're in 1st or 2nd grade, you're like, take out the yellow folder. And then you'll do that for 45 minutes. Who knows what color yellow is? Mm-hmm. She was like, Dina, the amount you can get done is greatly limited. That's not yellow, Bobby. I was like, oh my gosh.
I taught like a 5-year-old a little bit, but most of the kids I teach are like under 10, and then I have 2 high school seniors, which they're pretty good. But it was hard because the kids, you just have to like, especially with like music, you have to always be like, all right, stand up straight, put your finger on the bow. It just like, it's very draining. But it's also funny, I think, because like the one 5-year-old girl, I can never understand what she's saying, so we just sit there and laugh together.
What do you mean you can't understand what she's saying?
She was like a you know, like the kids that have like the Boston accent. Is it like a I don't know. It's like she talks like how Jacqueline talked when she was younger.
Do you think 4.5 is too young for a piano? No, I don't. I'm the piano person. I think the earlier you can get kids playing. So when they were younger,
I hated it.
Do you remember, what was the name of that program? It was from Germany. It had a funny name, but it was like a music program where it was like a group and you get together with the kids. Do they talk about it in your classes? Suzuki? It's for like super young kids.
Suzuki.
No, it's
the books, you mean?
Had a German name to it, but it was like tambourines, and it was just like the joy of music.
You're talking about
what am I talking about?
We talk about all the time in class.
Boston accent. How you like them apples? Yeah, it's funny that she said that. Andrea, you might know. It'll come to us anyway. But if they're super young, there's lots of programs in your community, probably from like a local church that has, and Suzuki Kinder Music. That's it. Mm-hmm. Kinder Music. So you can look for a Kinder Music program.
That's what they do at my music school.
No, not Gymboree. Glockenspiel. You guys are just throwing out words. It's called Kinder Music. And I had researched it a lot when my kids were younger, but mom to 4 boys, I got it. Started Suzuki. Suzuki is a great way to get started if they're super young. But I think anytime is a great time to start, but even really young. So, I mean, I had stumbled upon like the pictures of Brooke and Jacqueline with Zumba. So when they were younger, we still have your little violin downstairs, right? Mm-hmm. Her very first violin, it's like this big. because they make them in smaller sizes. Like, yeah, I think Kinder Music is German. I think it started there at least.
I don't remember that.
Wendy. I think that's kind of who kind of started the whole program. But I could have
I
made
thought you
that
were talking
up.
about Orff.
No.
Orff is like
Dolce Gabbana.
but yeah, they teach that at the music school and that.
Yeah.
Sounds
No, it's a
fun.
great program, especially for like super little ones. And it just gets them moving and like, like walk into a beat and there's drums and tambourines.
There's
and,
also a lot of research on it that like I think I did an essay once about like how it's really good for brain
What do you
development.
say? Why is everybody saying Orff? What does that mean?
Orff is like these. It's like a lot of percussion instruments, like sticks or.
Oh, it sounds like Kinder Music.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, but it's like an older thing.
But I would start with Suzuki. I think Suzuki is also great for students who maybe learn a little differently. I mean, that was one of the things. So all my kids started music really early, but specifically for Brooke at the time, she was really having a hard time, and I couldn't figure out if it was spatial. I couldn't figure out if it was just comprehension in general, but couldn't even get started with just reading music. And I was taught very traditional music, but I knew about Suzuki, and I knew it was more about hearing and playing than it was about reading music. The only thing I would say about Suzuki method is making sure that you have a teacher that, once someone gets started and is playing, that there is a lot of theory that's also supported in that, because I think that that's the drawback to some Suzuki. Because I was real traditional, I learned, so I'm really good at the theory. I'm really good at playing. I can't do what she does at all, which is play by ear. And a lot of people who can play by ear are not always challenged to learn the theory behind it.
I've been learning the same things for like 13 years, and I didn't get it until like 2 years ago in college. But I love Suzuki, but yeah, I think the only reason why the only problem I would have is just because of the theory, but that's based on the teacher too.
Yeah.
But
Christina, all my kids started pretty young. I
started the violin when I was 6, right?
You were
6,
pretty
7.
young, yeah.
But piano,
you started even earlier, because I was teaching you that.
Yeah, wait, why didn't you always teach us?
Because I didn't want to kill you.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people who
my boy started at 5.
There's a lot of young prodigies that come into Rowan and do these competitions there, but you could just tell I mean, they're very good, but those kids they're doing it all the time, they're
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I gotta get ready to go.
Yeah.
Movie.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think that
This is good.
yeah, exactly. I think that anytime you can get kids playing anything, and whether that's, I'm always a fan of private lessons if you can afford it, and if you can't, just don't go on vacations. That's what my parents did. My parents, we never went on vacation, and it was always so funny because we were in private music lessons, private school. My parents were just all about education and that one-on-one, and but there are so many programs in schools now where you get free instruments and free, lessons. Any chance you can expose children to it, I think is great. I know it is. It's funny. I don't go on vacations and I can't afford extracurricular. Yeah, that sucks. That sucks for sure. But there are great things online too. I mean, so we were doing Firefly, which is a reading group that I do with Story Summit. And it's once a quarter. I'm hoping that we're going to move that program to Facebook Live at some point with Story Summit. But either way, we have authors that come on and read they're 3 to 5 minutes of their work. But one of the things that we do is we always talk to them prior to them reading, just to get to know people. I think that no matter what your art form is, I think that everybody, however you express your art form, I feel like, people have so many different layers to their life. And like, what else do you do besides writing, right? So you get all these kind of fun facts about people. And one lady came on and said she played the ukulele. And she picked up, ukulele is one of the easiest instruments to just pick up and be able to play. And similar to Suzuki, they have a lot of opportunities where you can go and play with other people. And so one of the authors that we were talking to said that she's part of a ukulele club. And like, you can learn 3 chords and you can play with the club. Like, it's genius. It's very different than a guitar or piano or all these other things. And so she was saying that there's about 100 people that she gets together with on the regular, and they get together and they just play songs and they're like, here's the chords. And she just said it's the most fun thing that she does. And so, if you're looking for, maybe you're not musical, maybe you don't have a big history with it, kids love the ukulele. I have like 2 behind the couch. We have a travel one and one for the house, because the kids used to take it on family vacations and all the stuff. Really, Lucy? That's funny. So no, LaFive, but it's still on my list. I think I got caught up at this book, so it was a whole thing. Yeah, my youngest played. So fun. I know. Brooke, it's coming along. I was working on it last night. So feeling the crunch. Yeah, Donna, they're super great. And I think that the nice thing, especially with ukulele, is just being able to play with other people, you see there's always usually music up here, and I'm usually playing every night in some capacity. But I remember when I started playing the cello that I had the opportunity to play with other people, which you don't always get with piano. And I loved it. And so Suzuki will sometimes have programs you can get together and play Suzuki music. Like when the kids were younger, they're all learning the same music. So I think I told you this, there was one program, I feel like it was down like near DC or something. And we drove down, and because it doesn't matter where you are in the world. If you're on book 1, you're learning the same music here in Japan, in Germany, it doesn't matter where you are. And so they'll have these meetups, and there's kids from all over with so many varied languages. And you might be sitting with a stand partner with somebody that doesn't speak your language, but they'll show you the book. You open it up, the music looks the same in Japanese as it does in German, and same as English. And they'll put the music up, and then the conductor gets up, and everybody knows we're about to start. And it's just the most beautiful thing to just sit in that room. You're like, oh, it's so great. So yeah, so maybe you don't have a history with music, but you would like to have that experience. The ukulele is really a beautiful way to do that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have 2 ukes too, a cheap one and an expensive one. Yeah, so great. My husband played guitar. His grandfather taught him. His grandfather was in a bluegrass band. Yeah, no, it's so beautiful. In fact, Rowan University, my alma mater, that's where Brooke goes. So I was in the youth orchestra when I was younger. Brooke was in the youth orchestra, so was Jacqueline. And they just decided to do, I'm not sure if they're calling it an alumni band or alumni orchestra, but they are putting together like an adult programs, so that if you want to come, like I could maybe pick up my cello. I would need some lessons. But I could go and I could play percussion something, or I could, play piano and something. But Danielle, you would love the ukulele. You should look at it. Not the recorder. Don't anybody play the recorder. That is Jason's guitar behind over there. Yeah, he plays. So we'll get together at night and play together. My $5 girlfriend plays an awesome trombone and piano. It's such a treat to hear. I know. I love it. And it's funny because Jason is the first musician that I've ever dated. And it was one of the things that that I think we both really liked about each other. And it's very funny because I look at music. I can't play by ear, and he only plays by ear. And so, you know, he'll start playing something. He'll be like, come on, join in. I'm like, ha, 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 you funny. Or I'll be playing music. I'm like, can you just read these chord progressions at the top? So, yeah, Lucy, you heard it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, no, Shakendra. That makes me sad. Oh, Tammy, your mom was one of the cool girls that played this xylophone in the high school band. Yeah. I don't want to brag, but it's an exclusive club. Tammy, I should start a sorority of people who played the glockenspiel or the xylophone in their younger years. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Maybe, Melanie. It's harder to get them all under the same roof, so we'll see. Yeah. And my class is having a reunion this year, and I'm going to miss out. Mm-hmm. Allie, so like 5 people in your sorority? I did. As soon as I met Jason on our first date, I was like, I don't want to brag. I played the glockenspiel, and he was like, I'm in. I had no idea I could meet this caliber of woman on Bumble. Okay, here's the thing. What ridiculous fun fact would you lead with if you were on the dating app? Because I would lead with, I play Mean Glockenspiel, and I'm sure all the boys would be coming to the yard. So what fun fact would you put on your dating profile? Beth, you can be in my group. I played xylophone in my high school band because I didn't have to practice. Mary, you're in my sorority. Oh, Janice, that sounds fun. My son played tuba. Now my grandson plays the tuba. I was a flautist. Then I played the xylophone. Oh, Jill, you're in. Mm-hmm. Family thought I was a genius. Carol, you are. I was in percussion school and taught myself that when I was in college was for to play along with him. Mm-hmm. I can wiggle my ears. Mm-hmm. Allie, you're not lost. Listen, you could leave here for a year, and I'm going to tell you, we'll be having the same exact conversation. I can wiggle my ears. I'm a washed-up competitive gymnast. Oh, Danielle, that's a good one. Everybody loves a washed-up gymnast because you'd still be awesome. I can bake to fuel the sorority. Done. You're in. I'm the oldest of 7 adopted kids. Oh, all right, Carol, your son is in. I played Bare Necessity on the Bills in the marching band pit. Done. I can talk like Donald Duck. Brooke, what would be a weird fun fact about you if you were on the dating app?
I don't know. I don't have any.
Yeah, you have a lot. What do you mean you don't have any?
I had a weird.
You wear that weird hat to sleep?
No. I had a weird pea attached to my belly button.
You did. You had an extra belly button. What did they call us? Like a skin tag. All right. Yeah, everybody would love that. All right, I love you. I'll see you tonight. Okay. Do you ever just look at your kids and just say, I'll see you tonight as a test? I don't know if I'm going to see her tonight. I have just got into the habit of saying to my kids, all right, I'll see you tonight. And then they'll usually go, no, like that. And that's how I know if I'll see them. I don't know where they are. I was a baton twirler. I would love that. I was on a girls' hockey team at 12. Yes, Jason is originally from Oklahoma, Christy. Mm-hmm. I went to band day camp. I was first clarinet in the high school band. Vicky, all the boys are going to go nuts over you. I played the cymbals. Of course you did, Vincenza. Can you imagine just hot Vincenza coming in? And she was like, my name is Vincenza Bonacci Glynn. and I played the cymbals in the marching band. They'd be like, girl, Vincenza on the cymbals. I was in the choir. Yep. I have a cabin at a nudist camp. Okay. Sheila, I don't know why you waited until today to drop this bomb. Okay. Nobody else talk. Sheila, I don't know how long you've been around for, but I don't know why you didn't open with, hi, I'm Sheila. I have a cabin at a nudist camp. I don't know why you don't have shirts made. I don't know why you waited this long to drop this bomb, but I have questions. And now I'm only talking to Sheila. Sheila wins. First question. Was it a nudist camp when you bought the cabin? And if so, then why did you buy it? And do you rent it or do you... I have so many... What? Okay. I was first chair on the flute. I can touch my tongue on my nose. I don't play music. I was in the color guard. Still good. I can make bubbles come out my tear ducts in my eyes. Okay. I'm an 80-year-old lady in a 38-year-old body. Canning, sewing, crafting, cooking from scratch. Played the triangle. Done. Used to actually break dance. Cook. Played a little finger cymbals in the choir. Like this? Is that finger cymbals? I'm a pro karaokeer. I had my entire stomach removed 10 years ago. I'm a baton twirler. I played trumpet, but I haven't touched it in 30 years. I'm a whistler. Folk group at the church. I can whistle the theme song to Andy Griffith. My sister does the melody, me on harmony. I wear weird hats to sleep. Curly Girls Unite. Right? She does. She's got, is there a name for a bonnet? It's just so it doesn't, it's her hair, so much hair, and she doesn't want it to frizz. She's been wearing it, Kendra, since she was 12. I'm telling you, when she got that nightgown from my mom, she got her cap on. She looks like grandmom in the Little Red Riding Hood, except she's 12. I can pop my tailbone. Not really. It's actually my hip. I took organ lessons, but I loved it. I played on the all boys soccer in high school. First girl in our conference. I played my sister's clarinet, got kicked out of the band for forging my mother's signature, saying I practice in the 8th grade. Can I be an honorary? Yes. You're in. Curly top. I'm an NRA rifle instructor. I teach the scouts. What? I'm 55 and I can hip hop dance. I would like to see that. I was a pom-pom girl. I was the first flute in my high school band. I twirled the wooden rifle. I played the flute, viola, bubbles. Yeah, we already heard that, bubbles. Paper girl. I was a paper girl delivering newspapers. Kat, you don't hear that anymore, right? Good call. Tri-state ping pong winner, Alan. I played violin and viola. Laura, we could have a band. Nudist camp Sheila. Sheila's going to need a new name. Yeah, hold up. Wait a minute, Sheila. She said 25 years. Wait, 25 years? So was it a nudist camp was it a nudie place when you bought it? So many, just give us as many details as you can. Take us through a day in the life of Sheila at the nudie camp. Just for fun. Yeah. But shirts aren't worn on it yet. Can we have Sheila on the show? That's what I'm saying. Where's Sheila's comment? Oh, we're going to get to it. Baton twirling. Yeah. Are you running there? Sheila needs to change her name. I know Sheila been on the down low for a long time. Cowbell. My uncle was in the mafia. A bonnet. It's amazing. A kerchief. I once woke up in the middle of a surgery. I can twerk. Accordion. Spelling bee in 4th grade. I'm ambidextrous. Took organ lessons. All right, where'd Sheila go? Jazz saxophone. I was a water girl for our baseball team. Oh, you're totally in. Sheila, give me 3 fun facts about living at the nudie camp. Because I have an extra nipple that actually produced milk after having my last kid. I feel like Lulu should be here going, that's private. Why do you tell people that? Okay. I'm going to say that you are not the first person I've heard this from. You're probably the third person I know with a third nipple. And I know that sounds so crazy, but I have heard that. Did Sheila buy it because it was in a nudie camp? Yeah, wait, let's go back to Sheila. I can snap my toes. Okay, you guys. What do you mean you can snap your toes? Like your fingers like this? We're going to need to have Karen on the show. Karen, you're telling me you can do this, but with your toes. Karen and Sheila are going to be on the show. Do your show from the news camp. All right, Sheila, let's get to this. Sheila, when can I move in? Shikendra's going to drive up from Georgia, pick me up, and then where are we headed? What's the availability like? And can Shikendra and I just lock ourselves and just look out the window? But I would be live in the morning, but like by a window, and just unpack what that would look like. Who woke up in the middle of surgery? That was Tim, the comedian. Where's an extra nipple? So a girl I knew, her extra nipple was down here, and it looks like a mole. I go, girl, that's a mole. She goes, Dina, I'm telling you. So sometimes when there's an extra nipple, it's just the nipple part, but the areoli isn't there. Why do I know so much? I do not know. I sound like my mom at the drive-in theater. I knew all this stuff. I don't know why. Where is Sheila commenting? Now I'm trying to snap my toes. I have no idea what I just woke up to. Yeah, exactly. I'm running this thing and I don't even know what we're talking about. Okay, Sheila said, all bodies are the same. I have a killer tan, no laundry. Yes, it's been there 60 years, raised that way by my parents. Sheila, go on. Sheila, when can I come and stay? Sheila, all right, let's start again. Sheila, if I went, would I have to be nude? Are there some people that are not nude? And if you laugh in front of people, is that rude? And I'm not laughing at you. I don't want to say I'm laughing with you because you're probably not laughing, but I'm not laughing at you. I'm like a 5-year-old. And I think that I inappropriately laugh at some people. Yeah, I have an extra nipple, but it's just a little hole under my boob. Supernumerary nipple. Lactation consultant here. Not too uncommon, said Janet. Listen, do not say you have not learned things on this show. Today is a perfect example. Extra nipples? Check. Mine is on the breast, close to the original one. I woke up during a dentist appointment. They had given me straight nitric oxide, which is deadly. They didn't turn the action on. They were arguing when I woke up. Ooh, no, I don't want that. Me and my son have an extra nipple right under the left one. I used to be able to use my toes to snap them to the beat of any song. How many people can snap their toes in this one community? Where is this cabin? Yeah, Sheila's like, I don't think I should have told people. One of my sons is a third nipple, but it's just a dimple. My mom had one that had to be removed. Yeah, Sheila, you're going to need a new name. No clothes. You'd look out of place. Cincinnati, come on. Sheila, oh, I'm going to come visit. No clothes. You'd look out of place. What about just like a nude bra? What if I got a nude bra and just drew nipples on it? Kendra's like, now you're weird. Now you're making it weird. How many of us are trying to snap our toes? A lot, I imagine. Sheila, we're going to need you. What would be a good name to change to Sheila's? Because Sheila the Colony, like that, because that makes it sound like she's, sensitive. Is that where I'm driving? That's where we're headed. Start driving. Is it open all the time or is it just the summer, Sheila? It's got to be just the summer, right? Right? Because who's going naked in the winter? It's the off season. Is it near a lake? Why would that be important to me? Why would I be like, without a lake, I mean, why bother? I'm not going to take my clothes off if there's not a lake. What? Wait a second. So you've owned this place for 25 years, so you know all your neighbors? And you've seen them all naked? Okay, let me ask you this. This is a serious question, Sheila. I am under the impression that here's Judy. Can you wear shoes? Because I don't want plantar fasciitis. So open all year. If it's cold, we wear clothes. Yes, lake. Okay. Well, the biggest issue I have has been okay. But here's my thing. My thing is that I am under the impression that if it's a nudist colony, do you live there full time? I think this is a summer home situation. I have so many questions. But I'm under the impression, so my first question, do you live there all the time? Or is this like a summer home situation? And are there people that live there all the time? Second question, I'm under the impression that if everybody's naked, that they're promiscuous around the community. Is that true? Let's just get to it, Sheila. All cards on the table. I didn't want to announce it today, but our spring trip will be to Cincinnati, Ohio. Yeah. I'll just wear Lady Di's apron. Not full time. Some do. It's definitely not about sex. Sheila, we're going to need a name for you. I went to a resort. You can go to resorts that have nudist areas where no one else is allowed to be except those who are nude. They have a lot of loofahs and pineapples. But Sheila said they don't. Rhonda was like, I love this. I'm nude everything. No nudists. Just don't like clothes. I'd hate to see what the cornhole and ring toss are like at that camp. Yeah, you don't need underwear. Now, Sheila's here. I think Sheila's on Facebook. Yeah, she's here on Facebook. I don't know why some of you are seeing her comments and some aren't. Yeah. Just because you're naked doesn't mean it has to be sexual. Lisa, my brain. I told you when we were in Glastonbury and all those people were naked, I just could not stop giggling and being super uncomfortable and not showing where to look. And I was like, and that guy Rob that I was with, like, Dina, there's nothing sexual about this. It's just, people are, it's, being naked in Europe is not the same. I go, it is though. It is. Yeah. Diana could just write it on her sneakers. This would be for Sheila's house. Always look up, said Sheila. Always just hello. I was going to say, Sheila, is it weird? Like if you see your neighbors, like, just all of it. Slinky Sheila. I don't know. I don't think slinky's the word. Sheila, how are we going to decipher you, Sheila, from other Sheilas who don't live in a nudist colony. Just nudie Sheila. Sheila, nudie friend Grove. It's up to you. I would appreciate some word in there, Sheila, so we can differentiate, so we know who we're talking to. Mm-hmm. Yeah, gardening. I do not want to watch anybody garden in. You can use free, Sheila, free Grove. Mm-hmm. Sans clothes. Mm-hmm. Birthday suit, Sheila. Shirtless Sheila. Mm-hmm. Mm. Facebook won't let her be nudie. Okay, that's fair. Mm-hmm. All natural. Okay, Sheila, we're gonna let you pick your name because I got a great cabin Grove. That's a lot, Sheila. Show me Sheila. I don't know. Kathy, she's there. I see her. Uh-huh. Letting it all hang out. Mm-hmm. Camp Sheila. Mm-hmm. Would it let her be naked? NEKKID. Mm-hmm. Sheila down under. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Listen, that's real different. See, I think we just need one word put in there, Sheila, so we know. Because sometimes people put get-togethers here. Like they'll make friends, and Anne Marie will be like, hey, why don't I invite some friends up to my cabin, right? And then they would know they were going to a cabin. But like we would need to know, like identify you, Sheila, so we know when we go into the cabin, it's different than Anne Marie's cabin. Streaking Sheila. Sheila, like ooh la la. Sheila Grove. I like that one. Do that one, Sheila. Then we'll know. Oh, it's Sheila. Mm-hmm. Or Sheila could say, listen, I'd like to invite you to the camp. Don't bring luggage. Fair, Bob. Mm-hmm. Sheila. I like Sheila. Yeah. Ah, look. Listen, I love meeting all kinds of people in this show. No judgment. People just looking at me like, tell me more. Tell me more. Kyle. That's a nice way of spelling nudie camp. Nudie. NEWDEE. It's all there. All right, well, listen, I think we've all made a new friend today. And I think that that's what we're here for. To meet people who are similar to us, find similar things, and also meet people who are different than us and get to know them a little more, different lifestyles. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But if we have a party, I want to sit next to Sheila. And I'm going to ask more questions. Mm-hmm. But can Sheila snap her toes, said Kathy. Kathy's like, I don't want to be left out over here because there's a lot of us snapping toes. And you guys are not making a big deal of that at all. You are not giving it the attention that it deserves. Just because Sheila naked. Oh, it's so funny. It's so funny. I don't know, Kathy. I said before, Sheila, I can't wait to see you on Monday. If you can add something, I like Sheila, but you got to do what you got to do. But we're gonna need something in there, Sheila, and you get to decide who that is. Yeah, no, there was a lot that we covered today, and I am just as surprised as you are that we covered all of it. And yeah, so I have some shows tonight, be bopping around, and tomorrow I was going to wallpaper, but that's not going to happen. And then that's the image. Tim was like, I'm going to have images of snapping toes in my head all day. That's the image that you're going to have today, Tim? Nothing nudie? because you're the only one thinking about snapping toes after this show is over. I feel like you missed a big part of this show. Yeah, and then Sunday I'm having a little get together with Sally, so I can't wait to tell you about that. But it was good times. So that's it for us today, everybody. Yeah, fun Friday for sure. Sheila, can't wait to see your new name. And if you get a chance, you'd like to drop a card or anything in the mail for Chris, you can do that. Andrea posted the address, P.O. Box 604 in Morristown 08057. And voila, is Sunday night. Yeah. So, and we're making candy, a lot of candy. I'm not going to say what kind of candy it is. Yeah, we are cooking Sunday. So we'll be back on the main page. So that's it, everybody. Like a good time, Andrea and Judy say, do something nice for yourself or others. And like Sheila says, go to a camp, sign up for a local camp. So funny. All right. Well, have a great day and a blessed day. And I'll see you guys on Monday morning. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed today's morning show, make sure to follow us for more One Funny Mother content.
Okay. All right. Morse code is tapping.
And check out OneFunnyMotherStore.com for great new inappropriate swag. And for more exclusive content, consider becoming a supporter.
She got a bad leg.
Thanks again, and we'll see you tomorrow on One Funny Morning.